Hi, welcome back. My name is Emma and this is my YouTube channel, Pilates on the Mat with Emma. Today I am going to go over one of the 5 basic principles from the stottpilates repertoire or method, which is the rib cage placement. So this video will be part of a series that I create called Pilates 101 that you can refer back to whenever you feel confused or if you're unsure of what I mean by like a cue. You can come back and say, oh, okay, but if she said no popping ribs, now I understand what no popping ribs are, or so on. So this video is for you who are new to Pilates, or you feel that you just need a little brush up to find out what is going on, or to find the proper muscles to engage. Good. So rib cage placement. Our abdominals attach to the lower ribs, and in Pilates we work to strengthen the muscles here, or the core muscles here, to draw the ribs in so that we can hold proper alignment of the mid-back and the shoulders and the head and the neck. Because if you think about the ribs, they're in the middle of the body, or they're in the torso, and the torso is really housing the abdominals and the powerhouse, so we really have to work to, pull these areas in so that we have the right alignment. So what usually happens is if someone doesn't have the connection with these muscles, or maybe a good posture, they'll begin to just allow the ribs to deviate forward, or they'll have a big extension in the back. And so here we're going to work on drawing the ribs in and lengthening through the back so that you have a long spine in the back while also in the front. So usually when someone thinks, oh, straighten your posture, they'll do this and the ribs fall out. So here we work. Yes. Good. We'll start off soft just by breathing. So I just want you to take your hands to the ribs, and we went over this in the breathing Pilates 101 video, so if you want to look at that, you can do that. And we're just breathing in through the nose and exhaling out through pursed lips. So I want you to feel how the ribs expand as you inhale, and as you exhale, they pull in. Good. And this is just how the ribs move. This is how the ribs move with the lungs. As you inhale, they expand out, and as you exhale, they draw back in. Good. So just take maybe 2 more deep breaths like that. So inhaling in through the nose, and just noticing how everything moves. And take 1 more breath here. Good. So, the next time you exhale, I want you to find that zipper connection. So feeling that the pelvic floor is drawing up towards the navel, the belly button, and the navel is drawing up towards the ribs, and the ribs pull in. Good. So that you have this corset sensation, that there's a wrapping sensation around the torso. That's the ribs hugging in towards the midline. And I want you to maintain this position, or this contraction, while you take your next inhale. So maybe focus on breathing in the back, a little in the upper back and the chest, without losing it in the front. So go ahead, find that. And the easiest way to find this is on the exhale. The easiest way to find the zip, the ribs pulling in, is when you breathe out through pursed lips, or when you breathe out in general. So take your inhale and see if you can hold this contraction. And breathing out. So you see that you really have to work to hold the ribs in. Inhaling in. And exhaling. Good. Drawing everything in towards the midline and in towards, I want to say, the spine, because it's the best, in my opinion, it's the best cue to really draw the stomach, the navel, everything into the spine. So you're really pulling everything inwards. Good. So a couple breaths here, just without losing the placement of the ribs. Inhaling in, and you'll notice that your back is flat, straight, not here. It's pulling in. So go ahead, just holding this and breathing. Good. So hopefully you are able to find the corset sensation I'm talking about, or the rib cage placement. You can always let me know if it doesn't make sense. Write a comment, and I will do my very best to explain it to you further. But now I want you to lie down on your back and just forget everything I just said. So I just want you to reach the arms up overhead and then allow them to fall back. What you should have noticed here, so let's do it again. So just let everything relax. Reach the arms up and then allow the arms to fall back. What you should have noticed here is that the arch in the back began to arch more as the arms fell back, and so that the ribs are no longer on the mat, they're lifting up and they're opening up and around. Good? And so this is so common that happens in group training classes, is that I'll notice that people, when they lift their arms up, they can go so far up with their arms, but then they lose this contraction of the abdominal muscles that pull the ribs in. So now reach the arms back to the ceiling. Neutral pelvis, which is something we went over in the hips and pelvis video, Pilates 101, check it out. And I want you to, again, zip, find that deeper contraction of the ribs pulling inwards towards each other. Good? And think of just melting maybe the mid-back in towards the mat. And you can reach the arms forward, and without allowing the ribs to pop open or fall or like lift up, just reach the arms back behind the head, and only going as far as you can maintain the contraction of the abdominals. So you'll notice that you weren't able to take the arms as far back as you were when you weren't contracting anything. So hug the ribs in and inhale to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And we'll do this 5 times. So exhale, just pressing the arms back. Every time you exhale, think of drawing the abdominals in more, hugging the ribs in even further. And inhale to reach up. Breathing into the back. And exhale. Lengthening the arms back. Good. Inhale, arms reach up to the ceiling. And exhale. So again, usually when you're practicing the 5 basic principles, you'll notice that maybe these exercises weren't as easy as you thought they were when you're really contracting the proper muscles to do it. So sometimes people will say, oh, Pilates is so easy, or anything is so easy, and it's just, but they don't understand where they should contract the muscles or where they should connect. So this is something that you have to bring in your everyday practice when you come onto the mat, and when you're doing the exercises, you have to think, okay, where are my ribs? You know, like where am I lying? You have to find it yourself. Okay, moving on. So I hope you guys understand this placement that I'm talking about. So really armor up, pull everything in, ribs drawn, without jamming the back down. So you don't want to jam the back down. You should be able to do this in your neutral position. And going on with that, so hugging the ribs in, reaching the arms up. You can point the palms forward, so towards the end of the mat. And I want you to draw the chin to the chest and roll up off the head, neck, and shoulders. Do not jam the low back down, but I want you to notice how the ribs slide down to meet the hips, so that you come into this crunch position, so the front of the abdominals is working to pull you forward. Good? And inhale to reach. So as you exhale, and every time you come into the crunch, I really want the ribs to actively draw down towards the hips, so that you have this little box that's tight. Inhaling in. And whenever we work in an upright position, I want you to be able to maintain this. I want you to be able to maintain the ribs pulling in and drawing down towards the hips without falling back or losing it, because then you get heavy in the neck and all of that. So you really have to pull in the entire time. So now you can find your imprint position, which is just that the abdominals contract so much that the low back kind of flattens, and you can reach one leg up, and you can reach the next leg up, and you can roll up off the head, neck, and shoulders, and you can stretch one leg out and keep this distance the same. This shouldn't fall, so keep it the same. And I'm just going to reach my arms out to the side so that you can see, or I hope you can see, and you're just going to switch and switch. So always keeping this crunch so that you aren't falling back, and then you'll really get that deep core connection, even when you're here, so you don't fall back. I know that in some Pilates methods, they say open all the way up and then circle, but when you're working with me, I would like for you to maintain this crunch and just reach up and down. Same thing for the hundreds, keeping the crunch. Same thing for the obliques. This distance stays the same, you're just rotating the torso, so it's not and down. You have to hug everything in. Good. So that's it for today. I hope it makes sense. Please let me know if you need further explanation. And I'm happy to help in any way I can. But this is what I mean when I talk about hugging the ribs in while you're practicing on the mat with me. Thank you so much. Make sure to hit like, make sure to hit subscribe. I would love if you guys reach out if you have any questions. It makes me feel needed so I can help you. So just say, thank you so much. Bye.